Identity family, we're back again on the AfricaUnity platform. My name is King Idris and I'm here to give you guys the new insight on what is going on the ground in Africa and international community. Kudos to everyone that have been liking and subscribing to my channel. I have enormous respect for you guys. I'm just out here to give you guys the new insight on what is going on around the world and on the home ground in Africa. So my people, we're back at it again. We'll be going straight to the topic we'll be deliberating today. We'll be talking about Mesut Ozil, the Qatarian citizen, come out with the picture and the poster of Mesut Ozil to fight against the criticism of the Western culture at their Worldcup on the Arab province. The Arab people are really fighting back, against the criticism about them not allowing everybody to be who they are, like on the the rainbow band issue and everything going on. And you can see the Qatarian people posting and holding high the picture of Mesut Ozil. So what do you think about this, Mr. Steven?
We mentioned some time ago on this platform how strongly opposed the Qataris are to the LGBTQ community. Qatar is purely an Islamic state.
Yes.
And they have made it known times without number that they are not for LGBTQ. And Qatar is not the only country. All Arab countries are purely Islamic.
Yeah, they're all Islamic.
They're all Islamics, and the tenets of Islam does not allow that. In case of Ozil, Ozil is half Turkish, half European.
Yes, half Turkey, half German.
Half Turkey, half German. He played for Germany many years.
Yeah. And
later he retired to Turkey to play for Fenerbahce in a Turkish club. And when Europe came to this World Cup with their mentality of this rainbow-colored armband to express their feeling and support for LGBTQ, Qatar and many Arab countries are opposed to it, and that is what Ozil is being fronted for to express in this case by Qatari indigenous, Qatari fans, who are saying that we stand with our belief. We stand with Ozil, who is not a supporter of LGBTQ and is not in support of the rainbow band. And when Germany and Spain played, and the people of Germany are still trying to enforce that LGBTQ mentality, people in Qatar do not support that. And because Ozil has a
Muslim background,
a history of Europe and a history of Turkey, he's somebody who is, like, to me, a balanced person in this case. He lived well in Europe for many years and is a Turkish by origin. So he still holds firm his belief in Islam, which opposes LGBTQ. And that is why people are holding his portrait, his identity, that this is somebody who understands you. If you don't want to believe us, Ozil is somebody who understands you very well. He has been with you and is not in support of what you believe. That is why they are holding that and say, okay, it's an identity we have, it's a campaigner we want to support. And that's why they are holding their the portrait and covering them out to say, you still need to express ourselves. This is our land. We need to express everybody is free. Freedom of speech is essential in any human community.
And mostly in the Arab province, in the Gulf area, the Ozil picture, I really understand where you're coming from. Like, Ozil is the only person, like, the Arab communities can use to counterfeit the German national team because of the enormous history that Ozil have with the German national team when he grew up in the country, from being an immigrant in Germany, grew up in Germany with his Turkish parents. But at the end of the day, they had their own misunderstanding between the German national team, Ozil, and the German national team, and the fallout, and Ozil later fall back to his own people of the Arab heritage and Turkey when he's now playing for Fenerbahce, and a lot of people have enormous respect for him compared to when he was in Europe. So that is the reason why the Arab people came out about this, because they felt like what the German government or the German football body did to Ozil about whatsoever he said about Germany in the previous World Cup, that doesn't need to use it against him. And now they're coming to the Arab world to tell them how to run their World Cup and how to behave, or to go about in their own country. So this is the reason why the Arab people are holding Ozil picture so high to see.
Ozil has contributed more to Germany than most of these people who are criticizing Ozil for whatever he believes. This is somebody that has laid down his life playing for Germany many, many years. So I don't believe how some people will just believe that whatever they think is final, is ultimate in itself. No, people are allowed to express themselves. People are expected to express their faith, their belief. Arab countries are purely Islamic, and by going by the virtue of their belief, this is not what they can entertain. No matter how much pressure you want to put on these people,
they will
not budge down.
They have already told them that they won't accept it.
They will not accept
this. That is not
this.
their culture, and they should respect their people too.
Yeah, we've said this severally. If you want to practice your belief, practice it in an environment where you are allowed. They have their own belief, they have their own laws. It is not going to work. Ozil, to me, has done something very, very interesting here, because he lived in Europe. He saw all these things, and he felt he could not cope with it. He pitched his tent back with his origin, which is Turkey.
And we can see the Arab people, the people from the Gulf area, they are protesting against the Israel, the misdeed of the Israel people in Palestine. They are really coming out, supporting their people on the Palestinian ground, like mostly from the Moroccans people. After their win, they really voice out deep and show their massive support for the Palestinian people. And we see enormous footballer in this competition don't want to have nothing to do with the Israeli journalists. Like most of the Israeli journalists, they're trying to ask questions, and nobody's trying to pay attention to most of the journalists that comes from Israel. Why do you think this happened? Like most of the journalists of Israel, once they're asking people questions, people just walk away. So why do you think this is happening in Qatar World Cup?
One thing we cannot take away from these Arab countries is that they are always in solidarity with their brothers. When it comes to religion, the Islamic world is the most formidable. They believe injury to one is injury to all. So whatever that happens to one of them, they are ready to defend. They are ready to throw in all their weight behind their brother. And we have history of Israel and Palestine in wars every time. So every time things come up like this, the Arab world will always stand behind their people. And that is why whenever, as you said, whenever a journalist from that end of the world comes up to interview people, ask people, because they believe in their own opinion that Israel is like the tormentor in this case, like the troublemakers. So the only thing they can do to express their anger, their dissatisfaction of whatever trouble goes on around that place is just to ignore them, just to exonerate the journalist, and that is what they have been doing.
But why is the countries in the Gulf area having issue with themselves? Because Israel is in the Gulf area with these Arab countries. So why can't they just, on my platform, it's all about unity. We preach about unity. We talk about unification. We talk about oneness, togetherness. Why can't the people at the World Cup just accept them to the way they accept everybody? Why are they using the World Cup venue and this festival as the opportunity to go against the Israeli people? So what do you think about this? Is it good for the Arab from other countries like, Saudi Arabia, Morocco, other countries in the World Cup, Tunisia? Is it the right time for them to go into this kind of behavior in speaking up for Palestinian people in the Qatar World Cup? Do you think it's good?
No, the Palestinians cannot match Israel when we talk about strength, especially in warfare. They cannot. And this is the only way. This is a platform for global attention. The World Cup is a platform for global attention. So this is the time they believe they have to hear their view, their annoyance, to speak up again. This is the time everybody will hear. Now, every activity in the world is like on a standstill for this World Cup. Every attention is there. This is the time to speak again for the people to hear them. And that is why they are using this opportunity to raise the awareness again.
Palestine issue, the way the Israelites treat the Palestinian people.
Yeah, they have been maltreated.
So the way they treat them. So after the match of Belgium and Morocco, a lot of things happened in Belgium, like even in Morocco, like a lot of a lot of outbursts came out in the city, whereby a lot of people, like they're burning things, they're fighting because they don't want them, they don't like the way, they win them against Belgium.
In football, there are always some people that are fanatical. Even in Cameroon, I learned that a player that played against Cameroon, that scored against Cameroon, who has Cameroonian origin, people still went to the parents' house and attacked them.
Mbolo is a player that played for Swaziland. That beat
a player played for Swaziland, played against Cameroon and scored. And because of his attachment to Cameroon, the player did not celebrate. But people were so fanatical that
he was born in Cameroon.
He was born, yes. People were so fanatical. They even went to the mother's house and went to destroy things. So there are some people like that who did not see sports as a game, who did not see sport as a way of bringing unity to people. They see it as a kind of mini war. So people like that are always everywhere.
So there are some people that also see football as a game of peace and unity. They see it as a platform to go against other tribes and other country, to attack other people. Yes. So it's what it is. The Qatarian people, they don't want no other bad culture in their country. They just want people to come to their country to respect them for who they are. That is the reason why they're fighting back. They're using everything they have to, to safeguard their Worldcup and to safeguard their territory at the time. Like, it's what it is. Like, this is the only time the Middle East country is hosting a winter World Cup.